Hello, this is Lance again, and today I'm going to do a painting on a piece of wood. A buddy gave me this, and it's just like some pine or something used on a shop or whatnot, and he had some scrap left over, so I kind of trimmed it up and sanded it down with my sander and put some white gesso over it, and then over that I put some white, just a thin white medium, so when I put you can see it on my finger, so when I put the paint on, it'll blend and it'll mix with that. So I think what we'll do today is just have some kind of some mountains and a distant lake and just some good colors and stuff, and just an easy painting to do that looks good. So hope you enjoy this one, and I'm going to get the camera set up here so it's closer. Hopefully I can avoid the glare today. So we'll go there and there. And maybe I'll zoom it in just a little. How's that? Nice, and I think that'll look good there. So let's get started. I think I'm going to start out with, let's see, this brush today. And what this one is just a little blender brush, soft. And I'm going to start with some yellow. Just some really bright yellow, just a little bit. And I think I'm going to put go right here. Right there, I'll have the base of it. Maybe we'll have a little sun coming up, and then I'll take a little of this. I don't want it to be a sunrise, but we'll see how it turns out. This is yellow ochre. That's a little golden color. We'll put that right on top of it. And then when you get this sanded down good, it's really smooth, actually. Might be kind of hard with a knife. If I do, I don't know if I'm going to use the knife today. There, let's bring that over to there. Just a little on top of the yellow. Okay. That doesn't look too bad, does it? And then let's go and we'll grab a little bit of alizarin. Got some alizarin on here. I like these palettes that are these paper ones. They're pretty simple to clean them. When you're done, you just dispose of them, and I think that's all right. Okay, bring that down a little bit, and we'll blend these with a different brush. This is just here to that. I got a little purple. Let's try some of that up here with the blue. Yeah, that doesn't look too bad, does it? And I'm going to take some phthalo blue. Trying to hold this up so you can see it. And we're going to start with the phthalo blue. And I think I'm going to start that up high here. And bring it down into there. That way it'll be darker up here automatically. And then I'll bring it down and it'll kind of lighten up a little bit because I'll run out of paint. And just kind of move it back and forth. Like I said, there. Something like that. That doesn't look too bad. And we can come back in and maybe, I'll get some crimson and darken these up a little more here. Like that. Close it in a little more. Make some stuff happening up there in the sky. Up top here you want darker towards the corners, because if you do that, and it gets lighter, it'll lead your eye down into the bottom there. So, okay, that doesn't look too bad. I think I'm going to have some water in this one. So, I'm not going to use that brush again because it's dirty. But I'm going to come in and I'll use this one here I've got. This is the one that I used to put the medium on with. The white medium. Okay, how are we doing? Do we have glare? Not much I can do about that. So, let's go in here and take some more yellow. And we're just going to come down here and same thing. Just meet it right about here. A little yellow. That's probably there. And then what do we have? Some yellow ochre below that. This is easy when you got this canvas wet, doesn't it? Okay, and then we had what? Crimson under that. Ooh, that looks good. Yeah. And I'm just trying to, okay, maybe a little purple right there. Just a touch of purple in there. Blue and crimson makes a lavender purple anyway, so you don't really need the, there. And I'm just trying to get a watery, we might have some water, okay, in there. And so we want to have some, if we do have water, but you know, we're going to have the top, I think right about here will be my horizon today. I'll have some mountains back there. So let's do the fun part now. This is one of my new brushes I bought. It's pretty, I like it. A little blast of coffee here. Hopefully you can hear me okay and you can see that. That's a pretty good close-up. I mean, this is going to be a fun one to watch. So I'm hoping this stays on because it's, I've got the hooks in, but you never know. I'm going to start right here in the middle. Right here, see? And just kind of working my way out, okay? And this is all wet. It's easy to blend. It's easy to blend because there's a lot of wetness on, but it feels pretty good actually. The wood's actually kind of fun to paint on. So there's that. And then we'll go down below here. I'll just wipe that off a little. It'll be fine. It's not gonna, a little dirty down there, but I can use the top portion down here and just kind of going back and forth down here where the water is. See? In the water you can go this way. You just want it all to blend together. You don't really, you know, where you have where these things meet. You can kind of, there. And that doesn't look too bad. Yeah, stand back and take a look here and see. Oops. There. Might be a little better from down below. I'm going to do that. I'm going to shut that lower one off. Lights. I got lights everywhere here, so. And then I'm going to take another brush. Just another small one of these. And I'm going to get some white. I'm going to brighten this a little bit. Okay? So I'm going to take right here. I will blend this a little more right here. This is a clean brush. I don't want to, I might have to do another one. I want to kind of blend these a little better. So I'm kind of crisscrossing these. And then when you do that, it kind of, can't really tell where the colors meet up. Okay? That looks pretty good there. I like that. And then I'll take another one, because if I use that one, it's already dirty. And I might just use this one here. Got a lot of good brushes. This is another one. I'm going to bring this in and add in some more white. So I'll just grab some white. So I want it to be the brightest spot to be maybe right about here. See? You can just put that right there. Grab a little more white. And then you just blend it out. Up and away. And it just gives a little more, pulls the eye there. You can kind of come up here a little higher if you want. There. Kind of a nice little looking sky there. I don't know if that's, I don't know if those are dead on, but you know, there. That looks pretty good. And if it gets too bright, oh well, maybe I can crop it out a little bit when I come down to when I edit it before. So looks like there's a hair on there, but I'm not going to mess with it. I'm going to leave it. Okay, so we got that done. That looks all right. Should we put some clouds in the sky? Kind of want to do some clouds, so I'm going to take and maybe grab oh, there's the brush I was looking for. Maybe just grab this one, actually. If I'm going to do clouds, I'm going to try this one. I'm just going to grab some white. I'm going to put a tiny little bit of crimson in it. Okay. I'll show you what I'm doing here, and then I'm just going to do that, see what it goes. So maybe we got some clouds up here that are, maybe start right about here, and just kind of bring them down, just twirling. And sometimes you can poke hard, and you can leave them, okay, that comes up there like that. A little more paint on the brush. It's going to pick up the undercolor, but that's fine. Maybe a little bit there, and then it just comes down here. Now it's looking bluey. That's all right. Maybe you can have a little bit here. That looks all right. And we'll come back in, grab a little more. Maybe there's one here. You know, and just go fast with cloud. That you watch out you don't get too much into the yellow there. You might end up with a green sky. The lavender should help with that though. Maybe there's another one right here. Just kind of comes in right off the canvas. And when you're doing clouds, just, you know, go in circles. And they kind of just, do I get some there? Maybe he comes this way and comes right off. Put one underneath him here. But another thing you can do is as we're blending, we can take and give you another soft brush. It isn't too dirty. And you can come in with the scale work here, and you can come in and just kind of swirl them around a little bit, you know, and set them back. There, see? Just lightly go over. Maybe this one goes up like this. Pull him up. Okay, over here, maybe these ones go this way. Just kind of get on the bottom of them, and just as you blend them, they just kind of sit back into the mountain, or into the sky, the mountain. There. So you got some clouds up there. You can come back in and redo them if you want, and do a little more. You could use a smaller brush, like I could take and grab this brush here. It's just a fan brush. And come in and maybe highlight some of these little peaks. Give a little more up there. There. Just have a little fun there, and maybe up here you can want a little bit. See, darks and lights and clouds, and then they have, you know, then they kind of have a little, there, just kind of do that, pull it around, and it kind of makes them look a little better. Maybe over here you got a little bit. I'm just kind of, and you can pull it down a little bit. Maybe it comes down like this. You know, pull it over. You can work on clouds for a long time, but I don't know if I do too much today. There's a lot of paint up here. I'm just trying to pull them down, and then you can maybe do something like that. You know, this brush can make them look flat, because this, you know, clouds are kind of there. That one comes over. They're kind of flat on the bottom. Depends on where you're looking at them from. If it's a distance, you know, they're kind of if you're looking at them from a distance, they kind of flat on the bottom. If you're right underneath them, they're not as much, right? So let's come back in and kind of just stir up the bottom of them a little bit. Places, just kind of jump in and grab a spot and twist it. So you still have some light showing and some lighter spots in them, and then some of it's not as, okay. And you can knock some paint off of that, because you will pick up paint. There's a lot of paint up here. And then maybe just come all across, and like here, and just go up. There. Over here, same thing. I'll pull this way, maybe. Don't matter. If you there, they look a little streaky, but so what happens now is once you blend them, they kind of sit back into the sky a little bit. So that's kind of what I'm looking for there. So okay. What should we do next? Let's do some distant little mountains, okay? And all I'm going to do here, I'm going to just use that same brush. This is just a dark mixture of a bunch of different colors, but let's go in, and we want them to be high up, but maybe we'll poke them up into the mountains a little bit. Just kind of come up here. If you're starting out with mountains, it's much easier to make them super dark, and then I don't even know how I'm going to do them here, but pull it that way. Maybe it comes up there. And there's a peak there. We're going to run them flat out. These are distant ones, so but it's easier to, if you have a darker base on them, then they tend to, easier to make them look good than using a light base color on them, if that makes any sense. Maybe that comes down and goes up. There's another one right there. Just a ridge back there. And that one just kind of goes away. Okay, and then just kind of blend it out. There. Maybe that kind of starts coming in like this, because remember I was thinking we might do some water back here, right? So might be a little closer than I planned, but see, so there's an easy way to make, mountains that look pretty good. We're not done with them yet, but I'm going to try to see if I can get some glare down. I don't think that's the issue there. I'll move this guy back. How's that look? Does that help at all or not? It's not too bad. Okay, well, we'll keep going. Okay, get some more dark. And these are ways away, so, they don't need to be there. Just kind of come in and we'll see about what we're going to do with our, I don't want to kill all the color in there, but maybe our distant mountain's going to be, or a distant, the water's going to start about there. I want to have a good, let's see here. Let's come down a little more. There. We want it to kind of come this way so it stands out. And this just could be hills coming forward at you. These are distant. And then you got trees and stuff here as they get closer. And the water could be there. And we can take and grab another brush. Maybe a fan brush would work good. Firm fan brush, this one. And we're just going to kind of come in here and pull down. See? And you can even grab some of that color on the fan brush and go like this. See? Just pull down. Color. Don't worry, we'll fix that. And this kind of maybe be where the water is. And we'll come back in with, maybe this brush will work better. It's kind of a round one, but there, just pull down. Okay. And then you can have water below that. Try to go straight down with these, because if you don't, can look funny. So maybe there's your water distant back there, so we'll go across like that. There. There's a lot of paint on here, so it's got some, it definitely has a, come back in with this little guy and try to find our water line, where we're going to want the water line. Kind of cheat a little. There. See? Pull down maybe. Just some paint there. Maybe these mountains are going to come down and we'll have a reflection. Okay? A little bit. A little bit there. Maybe that little peak's going to show. That one will come up a little so you can kind of see, and then that goes. Just some little reflections in there from the distant mountains, okay? I need a firmer brush. Try this one. Okay, ready? And just pull down. Same thing. There. See, I wasn't sure how that was going to go. But there, now you have some reflections in there from the mountains. Maybe gives it a little, and go through and just kind of go sideways, and that'll take and kind of knock them out of there. So that doesn't look too bad. I want to come back in with that other brush. I'm going to darken my mountains up a little more, I think, up in, like in here. Let's go back in and make them a little stronger. Right? They don't have to be this dark, but need more color coming down. Like here. I wonder where we're going to have our light source. So I think the light was coming from this way. Well, actually, it's right there. So I think it'll turn out good. There, get those mountains in there. Then you got the water. I'm kind of liking that. Okay, now you have some cool colors and stuff, so I'm going to grab some white on there. Add a little white to that, and maybe a touch of brown. And I'm going to come up here and just do a little bit of brown in there. Touch of that. And just kind of come over here and maybe give us some little light areas. Actually, I'm just going to use white. There's a lot of paint on there. I might need to get a different brush. And just kind of make some little indications of how the mountains are going to go. Okay? I come in and use my, just some little ridges in there to give them some, and over here, maybe this one's coming down, or over here, because there's a light spot there. So we want to come in and make sure this is a little darker over here, okay? See? Hopefully my head's not in the way. Darker there, darker there. But just, easy mountains. They don't need to be tough. I can come in with my knife and to have a little fun there too. But maybe those come together. That one comes way down here. Maybe it comes there. And so there, you got nice, easy little mountains. And it looks good. So another thing we can do is take some white. I'm going to get another brush though, because that is not working very easily. I'm going to come in and grab some more white. Excuse me. Okay. Try this. Give me some white. Okay, and a little blue. Yeah, it's a good shadow color. Some of these will look nice, just to make it there. I'm just mixing up some blue, and I want some little shadow over here, a little blue. A little more white in there. There we go. See that? It just gives a little more. Looks cool. Kill all your dark though. Right? This is just phthalo blue and white. And it's getting a little dirty. I could use my, maybe that kind of comes up into there. It's just, that's okay. I'm going to just use some more white, phthalo blue. And over here, let's see here, remember our little, just grab it, pull it. Doesn't have to be perfect, figure out where you want it. And there, that looks all right. Maybe it comes down here a little. There, so you got your little shadows and you got some blue in there. And a little too bad. Maybe you want to come in here and along here. Maybe that's a little ridge there. Might be a little bit. It comes up here like that. Or something like that. Just makes it look better. Yeah, that's a little ridge there. Some blue under there. There. So you just, angles are important when you're doing, this kind of stuff. And then you can get a little bit more right here. And it doesn't have to be everywhere. It just kind of gives it some little dimensions and stuff. That doesn't look too bad. Okay. Let's see, what's next here? What do we want to do here? We're going to have to come forward at some point in time and get some, okay. So, but I think I want to do like I'm going to do some of that and some blue, some brown. Just want to kind of, back here, I want to make a little, something here. The water line is. Come back in and reinforce that. I could use a knife. A lot of things here, and maybe some of that. So you can see kind of where the water line is. And that yellow, I like that. I might even come in and kind of kill some of that yellow off. Down at the base. Okay, there, that looks good. That looks pretty good there. And you got your skies and your mountains and stuff and clouds. So we have there is, I kind of want that like that. And then we're going to come forward here. So we got our distant lake, and then we're going to come in and make it darker. right here. We're just going to kind of come in and kind of close it in a little bit and maybe make some little hills here. I want it a little higher there. Oh boy, we're losing, now keep in mind, it doesn't matter. We're losing some of our dark and stuff, but that's all right. Maybe throw a little crimson in there, or a little yellow ochre in there. And this is just going to give us a, kind of close it in and make it, you know, so this way. I'm going to darken this up a little bit and use a different brush, but I like that. I like the way it's looking. I want to get some good old black. Get some of that in there. I might need some black, more of that, I think that mountain color is pretty good. Let's get some black. And this will look good here in a minute. I'm going to use a different brush though. Yeah, come in with, that's not too bad. Use, where's that brush at? That's a good brush. I'm going to use some black, brown, black, crimson, some blue. This is going to be a, you know, get some colors in there. Get some more brown in there. Okay, some more blue. Just kind of mix it all together. Okay, and I just want this to come right here. Okay, and there's that one, and I'll have another level right here. Okay, so we've got some different, and this can be however you want to put it in, but that'll just kind of push that back. You got a little, like I said, I'm just guessing, but this is pretty easy. There's a lot of paint now. I'm just tapping this in. You know, you can use a bigger brush, go quicker. But this isn't bad. It gives you a little more control. There. And then just tap on them there. So you're kind of getting a more closer look at it. You know, I might even come in and take some of that out. This here, but we'll see. And you got the blue down there. We covered that all up. That's okay. There's no sketch on this one, so I'm just kind of throwing it in there, however. Should add a little green in there. Maybe a little sap green. That'll give a little more. Because as you get closer, you want more color in your paintings, right? More, you know, you can see more color. The blues kind of start to fade away, and I'm just putting some sap green in there, see? And you can see some, we can put some highlights on this. It'll be nice. Back up here, and I don't know, it's kind of cool looking, but the thing is, it doesn't matter. You can, if you're painting, you know, you never know how they're going to turn out, especially when you're doing them in this fast. But I'm going to put some of that in, and you know, see how that kind of gives you a little more color there. That green kind of brings the foreground in. And we'll probably put some trees and stuff in here and things like that. So that looks pretty good. So you kind of got a distant bit of trees there. And what I want to do here is make it look like there's a, maybe we're looking down on the water, you know. That would look kind of cool, wouldn't it? So let's do this. Grab this little guy and just pull up. Maybe those are distant trees. You know, just whatever you want to do. Distant trees, pull up. You just go slow. Make these small. You don't want them to look like grass, but they look pretty good. Now you're looking at distant little, I don't know, trees maybe. You're on a hill here, coming over the top of a hill, and you're coming to this lake, and it kind of starts to come alive a little, doesn't it? It's fun being creative. You don't want that. Let's see. See, and this could be grass, or it could be some rocks in here. Maybe there's a little edge there, and then here, you know, you're kind of walking in. You know, if it's, maybe you want it flat, because then it maybe will look more like you're coming over a hill, kind of walking down, and then you see that nice there transition there of looking down into the water there. So looks pretty good there. I like that. I like the way that turned out. So then if you want to put some tree or some grass in here, see this yellow? Let's go in and grab some of that. Just tap it on this little brush here. And let's come in here and get some yellow in here. Maybe we're gonna do this today, because this, the more you get paint on your brush, I think I'm gonna skip that one and go to something different. Okay. And I'm gonna use this other one I got. It's dirty, but I feel like washing a bunch of brushes today. I'm gonna get some more yellow. Okay, and we're gonna just come in and highlight some of that up. There's my yellow. I might have to thin it a little too, because we've got a lot of paint on there. So I can take and grab a little paint thinner. I can hear my cat coming. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm gonna thin this up just a little. It's gonna have a little blue in it, but get some yellow ochre, just a, you know, kind of a dirty green color, but it'll stand out. There, see that? Maybe a touch of red in there. All right, let's see how this looks. It could be a little thin, but let's come in and see what happens here. I think I'm just gonna go this way. See that? That looks pretty good. It just kind of pulls off. Maybe you can put some here. Just come in and there. So you got some good light there. Just in different spots, you know, because you want it. There's grass here and things, and you just kind of want to come in and. I probably could have used a different brush for this, but as you get closer to the bottom, you can maybe do this. Pull up a little bit, or just push up or down, or I'll show you what you can do. There, just little random things of yellow and crimson, or there's some red in there. There, push up if you want. You can come in and go like this. Makes grass in the front. See that? Just pushing down with your fan brush. Just right on the tip. Just have fun with it. There. So you've got some, you know, more grass looking in the front. If you want, you can take your big brush here and you can come in and soften it right up here, because it's a little farther away. Maybe. Just touch. Soften some of that, and then you can come back in and we can put in some more of this too, if we want. Let's get some of that on there and see what happens. There. So you got some grass there, kind of coming in, overlooking this little soft. This is a very soft painting, you know, and so that's awesome. Next up, we're going to put some trees in here. And I can't wait to try my new fan brush. So we're going to do some of that color. I'm going to mix some of this up. Some blue, some brown, maybe some of that yellow I just had. Some black in there. Okay, that green, yellow, black. Black and yellow make a nice dark green. I think I'm going to add some more of this yellow to it. Use that for my trees. Put some of those in. All right, let's see here. There, see, just take some of that and mix it in there. There we go. Don't over mix it. There, that'll be perfect for my trees right now. So put that over there. And I'm going to use this guy, this brush here, and we're just going to come in, and we're going to have a lot of paint on the brush, but try my new fan brush and see how it works. And I do lots of trees, if you've watched me paint before. Bring it up here and just tap down. Just maybe that tree comes down to here. There. We might end up putting a lot of trees in here. I don't know. Okay, I might thin it just a little. There. I'm gonna have to get more paint though. And then we're just gonna come in here and tap this way, back and forth. Okay. Sometimes I like to go this side first and then switch the brush. And I know it's dark, and sometimes you gotta just let that bang on there and bring that tree down. Trees are always, see that? Push. If they get bigger, just plan ahead. See? There. Pretty good looking tree though. I mean, and up top just barely touch back and forth. If you need a spot here and there, like here you want to go, and one there, just there. So that's not a bad looking little tree there. I'm gonna need some more color. So let's get some more black. Should get some blue in there too. This should be enough though to get my trees done, I think. Mix that yellow, get some of that up there. I'm just mixing it right here on the brush. Okay, and you want them dark because maybe this one's gonna have one that comes out. Close it in good. And he just comes in sideways like that. How's that look? Okay, and then just come in and come this way. Just kind of come down in, and don't forget the middle. There. And sometimes you get little blotches. Oh well. Turn the brush this way if you want, and you can kind of get the other side. There. Let's go up top here and just a little bit here and there. There. So you got two on that side. A lot of my paintings I do are like this, but maybe another one right here. Heck, it might be a tree day. So down here we're just gonna go fast and, you know, more trees. Go over here. Kind of gives an idea, indication of where that is. So I'm gonna have to get some more yellow, maybe. These are nice and dark though. Get some. I'm using up a lot of my color, which is fine. I'll come in here, just same thing with this guy. Just kind of turn your brush, and you know, as you get closer down, you can just you can do that side first, sharpen it, and then you can hit some of these sides. You know, depending on how you want your tree to look. You want to be a little bigger. There. Pine trees are probably, these kind of trees are pretty easy. There, come in and you make a few longer ones there. Or here. Don't forget the middle. You can leave them airy too. I think they look good when they're airy. There, maybe he comes down to there. Just sits right there, okay? Let's see here. I'm gonna have a little more yellow. How are we doing here on time? 38 minutes, huh? That's not a bad one. Wrap this up. I gotta get outside and do some lawn mowing today. So, there, just a little yellow in there, some of that, maybe a touch of red, who knows? That crimson will make it super dark too. Makes them stand out good. There, maybe a little bit right in there. Okay, and we'll do another one here. I don't really want to kill my mountains though, you know. Kind of want to leave them in there. Wiggle, I should probably get some more. There, bring him down. And then just, sometimes it's better to start lower. Be surprised. And then you come back up and you don't have as much paint on your brush. And it might be easier, I don't know. Pine trees are just, doesn't matter. They just need to be rough. You know, sometimes they get too, you don't want to be perfect. You want to be rough. Okay, one more here, one here. You know, we're just going to put some of these in here. And start in there. See how I started down a little bit, and then I can come back up. Maybe just go from the bottom up. Doesn't matter, however you want to do it. I don't want to, you know, cover too much up, but these are just little trees everywhere. I think they look good. And you come back up. There. Smaller ones farther away, you can do different things, and this one goes here. You know, this would be a cool little hike. You get to the top of this hill, and then let's try here. Okay, easy. Go up. Just mash them in. Get up here, and there's a nice little view of the over whatever. First, I was kind of getting worried that this might not turn out that good, but now I'm kind of liking it. This kind of pushing everything back. I was going to darken the mountains back there, but I'm not gonna now. I'm just gonna leave it. Because these trees are having a good old time, aren't they? Yeah, I'll put one there. Maybe a lower one here. Still want to be able to see the water though, right? Down. You can go, as you get to the bottom, you can open your brush up like that. You know, come in, just bounce back and forth, and then take it, you know, come in and do that. Maybe you got one that's one more here. Make them a little higher. More yellow. You know, maybe this one's got some little different things going on. They don't all need to be the same. You know, something like that. Trees, as long as they look like indications of trees, they'll be fine. So that doesn't look too bad. You got the mountain. Even if, you know, you don't know if there's water back there now, it really doesn't matter anymore, does it? We're going to come back in and change some things, though. I'm going to put some grassy stuff in here. You know, and then maybe over here we'll pull up, down, I don't know. There's a lot of paint on here, so we're just going to kind of come in and add some dark back in here. Oh yeah, there's a ton of paint on here. That looks all right. Ooh. This is going to take a while to dry, this one. There, so now you've got a little bit of some paint coming in there, and then we're going to come in and maybe you can do a little. It's going to be tough. So what we're going to do now, since I've got so much on here, is come in and get some yellow. And I might just come in and do the old trick with the knife, because it's going to be hard to get yellow though. It's going to be hard to get any kind of color on here, especially now. There's so much paint. But I'm going to get a fresh brush, clean brush, and maybe something like this guy here. Get some paint thinner. Okay, and now I can come in. There's so much paint on there. Come in with this guy. Look at that. Another fan brush. A little bit of, not too much. There. Just get some really light. Maybe a little white to that too. See that? See if we can get some of this to pull off. And just little sections here. Maybe we got some light in, maybe down in here. Okay. Gives a little more of a, this brush is not, I don't know if it's one that yeah, it'll work. Yeah, see? I'm just gonna pull down and snap it up. Get you some grassy looking stuff there. Pull, pull. Now another thing you can do is wait till this dries. and put some stuff in like that. That would be okay. Okay, you got your little highlights there. And let's try something here. I don't know that I like that as much as I think I need. Smaller. I'm going to try this brush here. Try to get some better little things in there. This is just another one. He's just get some on there and come back in here. And there. Just kind of maybe do that. Get that lay of the land down a little bit. Color in there. Have a little fun. Doesn't matter. And it doesn't need to be a little light poking through some of these guys. See, I can hear a little bit maybe right in there. Oh, get too much. Just keep knocking it in there. So you know what else we need to do before we're done? Just forgot. We had some highlights on the trees. So we're gonna go back in that same color. We got a little white to that. It's going to be just some little highlight. I need some more green. I'm going to put a little green in there. A little sap green in that. Mix it up. And some more yellow. Get some highlights on the trees, and I think we'll be done. There. So there's pretty thin paint. Get these together. There. I'll come in here and tap it on there so you don't. And then we just want some little highlights on here. We don't want a lot. Okay, just a little bit. Just a little. You know, here and there. And almost just from one side. You can just, in some of these, go over here. Kind of come in and go down real fast. About the middle of the tree. Just give it a little. This might be a little brighter than I wanted, but that's all right. Just kind of smash some little things in there. The farther ones you don't need as much on. Maybe a little bit in there. You don't want them to get too, you know, just a little. There. Grassy areas here and there, and mix it up a little bit, you know, down below. Yeah, don't kill all your dark though. There. Doesn't look too bad, does it? You got a lot of stuff going on in the front foreground there, and you got a lot in the background. You know what we should do? Let's make a little trail. Maybe it's, yeah, maybe there's not a trail on this one. Maybe it's just a big old an area you can go and enjoy. So next thing I'm going to do is grab the old this guy and just maybe make some more grass things. Pretty easy, see? Get some really tall grass in there if you want. Just having some fun, different angles. See? Like you got a bunch of tall grass here, see? Come in here and there. So you got some grass in the front there, and it kind of makes it look like there's some little, well, I don't know, little bushes and flowers and stuff in there. You don't really, I didn't really put any stalks in today, but you can come in and do that. Do that. Hey, gives them little indications that there's some, maybe a little bit in here. Just pull. Hey, knock the paint off, not everywhere. There. And it gives it a little bit. And then another thing we can do, and that kind of sometimes is neat, is you just come in here and you just pull up that little point here. Hey, be careful though. These can get a little tricky. That one, these little guys. haven't had too much coffee today, I can tell. See that one? Oh, up. There. It just gives them a little more, makes them look good. Gives them a little character, you know. So that looks pretty good. Do we want to do anything else? Maybe put some rocks in or something. I was just thinking about that. We don't have any rocks in here. So take this brush, and I'm just going to come in here. See, there's a big rock right here. It comes down. Maybe it goes that way. And it just kind of comes off. And there's another piece to him there. See all the paint on here? There, just a rock there. Holy mackerel, there's a lot of paint on there. Could have put a cabin in too. There, so there's the rock there. He comes up again and he's got a little piece there. And just kind of comes down there. So if we're gonna have a rock there, we're gonna need some brown. I'll have to highlight that a little bit because it's gonna be hard to see. Let's see, there, watch. Take some burnt sienna. Come in here, a lot of white. There, we're just gonna kind of come in and make a little rock in there. And he comes down and just have some little edges there, you know. Little rock there, maybe he comes over here, you know. There. I don't know, something like that. Just some little, gives you a little something different to look at. So you got that little rock in there in the middle. That doesn't look too bad, does it? Then we take that same brush, grab a little blue. We got blue right here, don't we? Blue. A little blue in there. There. Come in. Make a little shadow color here. He's got a little shadow color there. Just pull the opposite direction. You know, coming down like that. There. A little bit here. Maybe a little bit in here. You know, I don't know. Kind of gives you an idea. Just a little rock in there. Just hanging out. And of course he's going to have a little bit of, we're going to have a little grass coming up in front of him, right? So we're just going to kind of come in and maybe pull up a little grass, kind of set him in there. See? It's wet. That's okay. You kind of hide the bottom out, don't you? And it just disappears. So you got your little rock in there. You can come back with this guy. Maybe push him back a little further. See? Just going to come in and maybe there's some long ones here. And if not, these are good. There. See, got some grass. And it just kind of pushes everything back. And there's your little painting for today. Let's take the, where's that liner brush at? Actually, I think I'm just going to do the old scrape on this one with the end of a brush. Just take and go right here. Watch this. L P, because it's white under there. Remember? R. There it is. So, hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I appreciate you checking it out. We're at 55 minutes, and it's an easy one you can do. And you know what, though? Holy cow. Almost forgot the most important part. We have to unveil. You gotta be careful. I was doing this once, and oh boy. I dropped everything, and I got my dirty finger. I got my dirty finger in the way. These are so cool when I think that the border's the best part of the painting. It's, you know, it's a quick painting, but it's effective. Okay. we go. Gotta be careful. Go slow. Dun, 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 dun. See, isn't that fun? Pretty simple, pretty easy painting, and just a cool painting that's already got a border. You can put it in your a frame if you want, but it's a little brighter than it actually looks, so I'll maybe darken it up for when the video goes. But hope you liked it. Thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day.